We're gonna start off with a little Alice Cooper, School's Out. Is that really school oriented though? All right, all right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right.
Okay, I'll go down. Have to make sure to wave.
Welcome to the class of 2024 faculty and staff, parents, family, and friends. It's a tradition at this ceremony to recognize the four-year seniors who have been with us for their entire high school careers. Please stand when I read your name. Will Anderson. Sophia Bianconi. Bryce Boyd Tucker. Laurent Chen. Jack Sotera. Delaney Cox. Ellis Dunbar. Diallo Ingraham. Jonathan Quapong. Hazel Kekik. Dane Mulverhill. Elias Norton. Sydney Palmiado. Josh Reese. And Carter West. You may be seated. I'd like to introduce to the community our salutatorian and valedictorian. And this is a formal introduction of both. Both of these students have worked extremely hard during their time here at Vermont Academy. Please stand in your place and be recognized when I call your name. The salutatorian is Bowen Schaap. And the valedictorian is Sydney Palmiado. Each year, two members of the junior class are selected to lead the seniors into graduation. The role of the class marshal is a distinct honor and a show of respect for the contributions and accomplishments of the designees. The class marshals who have been selected to march first tomorrow hold the key to the school. The class marshals are Charlie Hodgson and Ruby Besson. It has been a long-standing tradition at Vermont Academy for a graduating senior to be chosen to decorate the key to the school on behalf of their class. This year, our chosen graduating artist is Abby Millen. Each year, members of the graduating class are selected as representatives in charge of communication, reunion planning, and alumni activity coordination in their geographical areas. Will the class representatives for the class of 2024, Sophia Bianconi, Cole Allen, and Bryce Boyd Tucker, please stand. remarks with you. So welcome to the 2024 Baccalaureate Class of 2024, faculty and staff and families. We're so excited to celebrate the achievements of our students and so nostalgic and proud at the same time. This evening, I wanted to let you know that Vermont Academy will be considering some of the paradigms of free, independent thought this summer and laying a groundwork based on two important studies that have defined the purpose and mission of being an educator in America and in the world. Teaching and learning with students is what we're passionate about and what occupies us every day. But we live at a time when it's incumbent on us to return the very principles that lie at the foundation of liberal arts and the intellectual, moral, and ethical inquiry that we are all about. Some of the rationales for educators stem from the Greeks in a long tradition of Socratic discourse. The Chicago principles have existed since the 1960s, and they're rooted in the history of intellectual thought and debate. The University of Chicago has a core value and commitment to lead on this path and to encourage other schools to join them on a journey of an intellectual quest without bias. In 1961, George W. Beadle spoke at his inauguration as president of the University of Chicago, and he said, "One cannot search for truth with a closed mind, or without the right to question or doubt at every step. Any injunction to close the mind, to restrict one's beliefs arbitrarily, or to accept authority without doubt violates the concept of freedom of the mind." University of Chicago President Hannah Holborn Gray, who led the university from 1978 to 1993, commented, "Education should not be intended to make people comfortable, it's meant to make them think." This year, the E.E. Ford Foundation and a group of educators and heads of schools developed a document called the Framework that they offer to educators throughout the nation as a guideline for unbiased, debate-oriented study of opposing views, of current events, of conflict negotiation, of understanding what it might mean to be in the middle, of recognizing media bias. The framework is structured on three pillars: a commitment to expressive freedom, a commitment to disciplined nonpartisanship, a commitment to intellectual diversity. These mutually reinforcing pillars support the central goal of the framework to form students as distinct thinking individuals, skilled in the habits of independent thought, conversant with the norms of disciplined inquiry, and empowered to discover, develop, and courageously express their own political and civic commitments. We at Vermont Academy hold educational values dear, as we also do the importance of service, citizenship, and character, and we do not want these core values to be torn asunder by the media or those who would try to persuade others to think in certain ways rather than for themselves. Questioning, listening, and debating matters. These are skills and habits of mind to which we must all recommit. I look forward to working with our community on these goals this summer and this coming year, but seniors, families, class of 2024, I feel so confident that these values are already intrinsic in the experiences you have had with our school. And I know that our seniors and PGs will step into the world with unfettered minds, seeking truth and exploring evidence before coming to their own opinions. I'll close by telling you that this was on my mind as I walked down the hill from my house to see the girls' lacrosse game a few weeks ago, and I stopped to speak to two students, two juniors, to ask them what they thought about the university protests at Columbia, Dartmouth, Yale, USC, and elsewhere, and the way schools handled it or didn't, and shared that I wanted us to have an open expression of ideas and inquiry. The response to me was as follows: "We're glad you're thinking about this, and we need to think about it. But I've been studying for APs and working on projects, and I haven't had the time to do the research to know how I feel or what I think about the protests or the values behind them." There are many moments when I'm proud of our school, but in that one I took a deep breath and I saw that we had instilled enough research skills, habits of mind, and critical thought that these two students knew they needed to work before they formulated their opinions and beliefs. To me, that already was great. And I knew that our faculty and students wisely understood the implications of bias, of rushing to judgment, or any move to step away from our core values of respecting and valuing the individuals in our community and in our world. Let's now celebrate our class of 2024. I look forward to seeing them step on the stage to be recognized for their exceptional work. Thank you. about to begin the awards portion of the ceremony. Should you receive an award, please come onto the stage on the side by the emergency exit, then exit from the podium side after picking up your award. I would like to call Jonathan Barron to the podium to present the Fisher Drama Award.
I made it. This is fantastic being able to see you all tonight. The Fisher Drama Award. The Fisher Drama Award is awarded to a member of the graduating class for their interest in and enthusiasm for the dramatic arts, and who has made the greatest contribution to the success of the dramatic arts program at VA. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Very rarely does a student make such a substantial impact on a program in such a small amount of time. Here we have a student who is a varsity athlete balancing multiple sports while earning Dean's List honors for their academics. What does this all have to do with theater arts? Amongst all these commitments and successes, this student found the time to be a cornerstone in the VA theater department this year. This student's first appearance on the VA stage was quite significant. They fearlessly stepped up into a lead role when unfortunate circumstances forced another actor to step away from the show. They followed this up with a lead role in 2 of the spring musicals. Not only is this student a lead actor, but they also contributed to the costumes and prop building for the productions. What else is there? In the winter, while playing hockey and soccer, they figured out how to fit afternoon theater into their schedule, and they were a main stage player in the school improv group doing short form, long form, and musical improv. Opportunity is what you make of it, and this student sure made the most of it by building a VA theater resume more impressive than most high school students do in a 4-year career. Libby Cooper, you were not here for a long time, but it was certainly a very good time for you to be here in our program. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite Steve Cady up to the podium, please.
Mr. Barron, thank you all. The O'Connor Music Award is presented annually to a Vermont Academy senior who's demonstrated excellence, dedication, and devotion to the art of music. Many of our favorite musicians demonstrate all kinds of traditional excellent musical qualities. The ability to play scales, multiple instruments, maintaining rhythmic accuracy, and the like. As an audience, though, we only see the musician in performance, where the perceived goal is to demonstrate that excellence. What many don't have is the privilege of observing is the commitment, the devotion to daily growth that truly drives the deepest musicians. How many hours does it take to get good at the guitar? Have you checked your Google feed lately? Learn all your scales in an hour. How many times must the bow pass across the strings before one feels satisfied with the sound? How much listening do you explore before you find the music you love? These are rhetorical questions we ask out of fascination with the musician themselves. To get really, really good at music, there are actually only 2 requirements. You've got to try a lot, and also accept that it's not going to happen. Music is always going to be better than you, and that's partly why you chase it. Bryce, like all excellent musicians, understands this feeling of constant drive. Through earnest, unbiased, and constant exploration, Bryce opens the doors to a bounty of musical opportunities and experiences. As a violinist first, Bryce found new music and opportunities through the guitar, bass, and drum set, but never lost his desire to maintain the discipline he gained in the classical realm. As he dove deeper into the world of improvised music, Bryce truly began to understand better the depth of possibilities. Bryce has excellent commendations that belong in the, plenty of commendations that belong in the excellence category. He's a 4-year member of our ensemble, as a lesson student, performer on multiple instruments. You've seen his proficiencies on stage. He has, per my demand, spent the time to find and indulge in the evilest note in music, and has passed the ultimate litmus test of musicianship, which is to love Black Sabbath. This is true excellence. Once recently, when Bryce and I were discussing the depths of our passion, his enthusiasm boiled over. It's just, I want to tell most people that their music is absolute trash and that they're missing out on so much. He doesn't mean it entirely. I mean, Bryce does respect your musical choices. He just wants to help others find the same joy he has. He's an excellent musician, but much more importantly, a deeply devoted one. Please join me in congratulating the class of 24 O'Connor Music Award recipient Bryce Boyd.
Thank you, Steve. While I can. Anyway, the Frederick Stanley Art Award was established by Mrs. Frederick Stanley as a memorial to her late husband's interest and achievement in art. Their sons are Vermont Academy alumni, Frederick Jr., class of 54, and Lee, class of 61. To achieve this honor, a student must show a strong work ethic, interest in learning, and produce at a high level artistically. This year's recipient is hardworking and curious with broad interests due to an insatiable desire to try new things. This student's artistic path has been multifaceted and deeply intelligent. I stole this quote from a description of his work. It's a celebration of the creative process, a journey of exploration and discovery that ultimately led to a deeper understanding of all the complexities of morality and the human experience, end quote. One could say that Kim Nguyen is a modern Renaissance man because he has accomplished in so many areas. As editor of the school's literary and arts magazine, he started a whole new program, making special editions featuring solo artists. The first few highlighted his peers. The next one, which was supposed to come out now, and will have to come out in the fall, highlights Kim's work. And I like that he honored other people's art first. And now I like that we're going to get to have a refresh of Kim in the fall, regardless of him being in college. His honors senior art show had the most challenging setup that I've ever seen. Our top group of varsity artists is allowed to pick any place on campus to host their portion of the annual group show. Kim was inspired by the success of a student who set her pottery up on the outside porch at Levitt House last year. However, his ideas went far beyond merely setting up tables to display art. That would have been too simple an approach for him.
He had to go on a weekend trip to Keene, New Hampshire to purchase sheets of plastic house barrier and curtain rods. He enlisted Mr. Chanis to help with construction ideas. Mr. Birch had to allow him access to the pottery studio. Mr. Barron to borrow specific tables from the theater, and me to help with various frames in the studio. When Kim is on a roll, he is unstoppable. He had fellow students and even a prospective student helping him. Kim was on a tour. I love working with him, but I'm not sure about working for him ever again. He is a demanding taskmaster. However, that exactly matches his expectations for his own work. And that brings me to the conditions of this award, which Kim absolutely tops out on. He worked in all sorts of 2D media this year and last, but he learned how to throw pottery on the wheel this year. In addition to many simple cups and bowls, he wanted to make a vase. And we told him, that would be beyond your skill level. I don't know who bought the beautiful vase that Kim made, but we had to eat our words. It is that tenacity, coupled with the ability to create technically good art and strong narrative art, that makes him a most worthy recipient of the Frederick Stanley Award. Kim, it is my pleasure and my honor to present this award to you. I now introduce Maddie Paydos to do the Student Athlete Award.
Hello, everyone. The Senior Scholar Athlete Award is presented to a member of the senior class who has made significant contributions to the athletic program and who has distinguished academic record. I'm absolutely thrilled to be presenting this award to four-year senior athlete superstar Delaney Goss. You can say some nice things if you don't mind. Over her 4 years at Vermont Academy, Delaney has emerged as a scholar, leader, trusted friend to many, and a role model to those just starting their VA journey. She consistently leads with her best foot forward, holding herself to a high standard and pushing those around her to follow suit. Truthfully, when writing this speech, I was stumped on what words I could give you as a departing gift as you prepare to receive your diploma tomorrow. I believe you've left your mark on so many people in this room, faculty and students, and from all of us to you, thank you. We clap for that. Thank you for setting the bar high on what it means to be a student athlete. Thank you for leading your life with kindness and inclusion. Thank you for being vulnerable and showing it's okay to fall down as long as you get back up. Thank you for being the amazing young woman that you are. And on behalf of the varsity hockey program, thanks for staying from 50-mile-per-hour shots. That's a whole different level of bravery that I don't think I could do ever, all right? I know you are more than equipped for your next journey, starting as a student athlete at Salem State University in the fall. You already have more tools to propel you forward than a lot of the adults in this room today. Continue to lead with kindness and with the idea of getting 1% better every day. Remember, you have earned where you are going, and know you are leaving behind a legacy of what it means to be a student athlete here at Vermont Academy. I could not be more proud of all your accomplishments. Congratulations, Delaney.
Girls Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It's lovely to have all of our seniors here and be able to celebrate SUG. I'm here today, like Coach Pedro said, and we apologize as athlete hockey coaches. We do lack a flair for the dramatic, so please we apologize. I am pleased to announce tonight's second Scholar Athlete winner, Matheson Holt. Matheson, or as you'll refer to him as Matty, is a scholar athlete whose care and effort are beyond question. There's a cliche in sports that goes, first one in, last one out. We've all heard it. That phrase perfectly describes Matheson. It describes his approach to the last 2 years as a student athlete here. In his senior year, he inspired 3 times the number of students to stay after practice, all the way until 8 or 8:15, until myself and my dog would have to run around and say, please get off the ice so that we can all go eat dinner. A good problem to have. As coaches, we sign up for the long days of recruiting, traveling, just to witness the passion and the elation on our athletes' faces. A sight that would not be possible without the never-ending drive to improve that characterized Matty. That same drive and passion are evident when Matty stepped off the ice, out of the boat, and off the tennis court. He earned high honors in all 3 trimesters last school year, and he earned those same honors in the fall and the winter this year. His teachers consistently praise his attention to detail, his personability, and his exemplary work ethic. I simply lost track of the number of commendable effort marks that you earned. If there is one skill that you have truly mastered, Matty, it is self-advocacy. You are never afraid to seek help. During the winter term, we would joke in the admissions office that Matheson was the 6th member of our office. Given the amount of times he would drop by to watch videos, talk through practices, watch NHL clips, or simply pick my brain. Coupled with the 30+ tours that you gave over your 2 years, you were always a welcome guest. This is a relationship that will undoubtedly continue. I fully expect to receive text messages over the next 4 years asking my thoughts on an Adam Fox escape move or a Dominic Fensor offensive blue line movement. I implore you, Matty, to continue to seek out new information and never be satisfied with the knowledge that you have. You will inevitably have bad games and bad days ahead of you. So I will leave you with one final Coach Allen challenge. I challenge you to continue battling the inner dialogue that many of us athletes, young or old in this room, have struggled with. You will always be more impactful with a clear head. Constantly remind yourself all of the positive contributions you have made to your team, your class, and the school that you are a part of. I am so proud of your growth, and it is an honor to celebrate this award with you. Thank you. Please welcome Dr. Greg Martin to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. Class of 2024. The Samuel B. Pettengill Scholarship Award is awarded to a member of the graduating class who exemplifies high ideals of outstanding citizenship and academic excellence. Created in 1992 with funds from the estate of Samuel B. Pettengill, class of 04, and Helen M. Pettengill, the income is used for college scholarships for Vermont Academy seniors from Vermont families. Fall 2021 Honors European History class. A first-year 10th grade student with 2 VA faculty for parents enters the room. Quiet, seemingly disinterested, and a bit disheveled. Cole was a typical sophomore. But boy, was I wrong, as Cole Allen is anything but typical. Cole is a big thinker and can digest complex topics with ease and then synthesize them. In a polished and sophisticated writing style that is among the best I have encountered. Cole has a way with words and crafts and weave a dynamic and engaging narrative about even the most concrete historical topics. In class, Cole is always attentive, but chooses his moments when it comes to speaking. When he offers his thoughts, they are generally spot on and encapsulate the very essence of what we cover in class without being wordy. On campus, Cole is ever present, yet not in your face, affable, kind, and ready for a "good morning, doctor," with a slightly sarcastic yet endearing tone. Cole, along with his entire family, has made Vermont Academy his home. This is impressive for a young man from Texas who entered our community as a 10th grader during those strange COVID-19 times. It could have been easy for him to remain anonymous and fly under the radar, but he didn't. Cole simply immersed himself here by being present. From running for office and being the class of 2024 treasurer, to snowboarding and crew, to simply being here, Cole became an integral part of the VA fabric. He leads by example and is someone who elevates the VA community in all he does. Positivity and positive actions are culture builders, and Cole has most certainly built a good deal of culture in his 3 years at Vermont Academy. Congratulations on this award, Cole. We'd like to welcome Laura Fry to the podium.
The World Language Award. We teach language to help others understand and embrace different perspectives. Gracias, Laura. And to be able to express themselves in other ways. This award is given to the student in the senior class who has demonstrated a deep love for learning a foreign language and a sincere appreciation for the multiple and varied ways we express ourselves. We designed this award thinking about students like this young man. Indeed, he let me know in the first week that he planned to use Spanish in the future because he wanted to be an ambassador. This explained why he was different from other students in Spanish 4 honors. He often stayed after class to continue a conversation, pose an additional question about cultural context, or connect an idea recently explored elsewhere. Once, he even stayed to make sure I was up to date on my foreign films. And not surprisingly, he had a few I really didn't know about. When his mother came for a family weekend conference, I witnessed firsthand what distinguished Lucas from other students. Listening to and watching them interact in beautiful Castilian Spanish illuminated Lucas's respect and love for this rhythmic, lively, poetic language and his heritage. He appreciates and relishes the language of Cervantes, Gabriel García Márquez, Antonio Machado, and Pablo Neruda, as much as the culture and food of calamares al ajillo, la tortilla española. And just a word to the wise, a conversation with Lucas about Spanish food is intense and never ending. Lucas's future goals are lofty as he plans to pursue a career in economics, politics, probably both, and they will naturally require him to use Spanish. Inevitably, he will pose more informed questions, present broader perspectives, and connect with more people because he is bilingual and will be bilingual. Lucas Hoffman, you have made a tremendous impact in the World Language Department and on our campus for many reasons, most notably here because of your love for Spanish and your deep respect for your heritage. I am sure you will continue to represent this rich, diverse, and vibrant culture proudly and confidently wherever you go. And we're delighted to honor you with this award. Felicitaciones. Venga. I'd like to introduce Mr. Russell Mayhew, otherwise known as the funniest person on the face of the earth, to the podium.
Hello, everyone. It's good to be back. Okay, I'm here to present the H. Edmund Tripp Award. The Edmund H. Tripp Award is made to a member of the graduating class with achievements in math during 2 or more years of BA of an outstanding and worthy of recognition. All teachers need to submit final grades for seniors and postgrads early in the week. Those of us who teach mostly seniors, hello, is still on? Those of us who mostly teach seniors and subscribe to the work smarter, not harder philosophy know not to collect a bunch of new stuff on Monday to have to score in time for the deadline. So instead, we goof off. Sorry, Laura. Okay. I'd like to take suggestions from students for our goof off time, although I always shoot down requests to watch a math movie. There's really not much math happening in these movies, and I don't want to spend my last days with my soon-to-be graduates staring at a screen. Last year, our Edmund H. Tripp Award winner suggested we play poker after the BC calculus test. I thought this was an excellent idea, though it made me a little anxious. Even though we were not playing for real money, I was apprehensive about squaring off against Bowen Xiao. Part of being a good poker player is being hard to read. Is Bowen even paying attention? Let me try to catch him off guard by calling on him with a tricky question. Wow, that was a good answer. There's no way his homework is that meticulous. He must have found solutions online and just copied them down. We'll see how that works out for him on the quiz. Oh wow, you really crushed that quiz. There's no way he can make this look so effortless. Math is supposed to be a struggle. Why hasn't he cracked yet? Where's the stress? Where's the pain and panic? Bowen continued to make it look easy, even this year, with honors statistics and multivariable calculus. We played poker again to finish up the year in statistics class, and Bowen coolly and calmly took all of my chips. There are many reasons I do not gamble, but you would be a fool not to bet on Bowen. Congratulations to Bowen Xiao, the 2024 recipient of the Edmund H. Tripp.
the Hayes Environmental Prize was established in 1997 through the generosity of A. Reed Hayes III, class of 1964, previous chairman of the Vermont Academy Board of Trustees and creator of the Hayes Environmental and Outdoor Fund. The Hayes Environmental Prize is given each year to the student who best exemplifies both an understanding of our need to exist in harmony with the natural environment and a commitment to act on this understanding. As I reflect on this year, I think Reed Hayes would have been quite proud of some of our accomplishments. We worked with the Natural Resources Conservation Service to establish a forest management plan for Vermont Academy's campus. We had another successful backpacking trip on the Vermont Long Trail. We brought students to Tanzania on a spring break trip focused on wildlife conservation and cultural exchange. And despite the rain, our whole campus participated in environmental service projects during another annual Earth Day celebration. And yet, if I could brag to Reed Hayes about the best part of the 2023-2024 school year, I think I'd spend most of that time talking about Abby Mellon. Abby came to us as a PG this year. She was inspired by a class that she took on climate ethics, which she took at a previous school. She enrolled in sustainability and then promptly added advanced environmental science to her course load. Abby immediately stood out as a leader in both of these classes. But it was never about the grade. It was about the way she participated in every class, every day, with positivity, genuine curiosity, and an eagerness to engage in solutions. Outside of classes, Abby began attending environmental club meetings and represented Vermont Academy at our state's Youth Environmental Summit. She worked with fellow students to create a campus swap shop, a project I've been hoping to tackle for years. Early on in the school year, she completed a research project on Vermont's Universal Recycling Act and got on stage at community meetings to encourage everyone to do a better job with composting, recycling, and waste management in general. And though this message tends to be an unglamorous one, Abby delivered it with confidence and poise. And even this past week, she has continued to champion the importance of our composting program in her final environmental science project. Einstein famously said that we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we use to create them. Societal disillusion and apathy result from uninspired minds and old patterns of thinking. But Abby Mellon is not disillusioned. Her mind is not burdened by apathy. She is on top of her game, and because of her, I'm excited about facing the challenges ahead, and you should be too. This year, Abby reminded me that caring matters a lot, and that one girl with a big heart and a sharp and curious mind and a steadfast belief in doing the right thing can make all the difference. It doesn't really matter how big the environmental challenges are. As long as there are inspired human beings like her in the world, I know we can face them bravely. And so it is with great pride and deep respect that I present the Hayes Environmental Prize to the incredible, unstoppable Abby Mellon. To announce the Amy Langton Center for Learning Award.
Hi everyone, what excitement. The Amy Lanterman Award for the Center for Learning is awarded to a student who exemplifies education values of kindness, persistence, and a sense of caring for others, embraced by long-term learning specialist Amy Lanterman, which I'd like to give you. It was created and given in honor of Ms. Lanterman on her 25th year of service to Vermont Academy. Our goal in the Center for Learning is for our students to become academic successful, strong advocates for themselves, and take control of their own educational future. This recipient is a wonderful example of that. In their 9th grade year, they were challenged by getting their work done and turned in. They didn't really know how to get help from others,
and they definitely could not keep on top of everything that they had to do. There were many ups and downs that first year, and some to follow. And now, 4 years later, she uses the Center for Learning like a college student would using the Writing Center on the campus. Along this journey of success, she has been helpful and kind to others and a joy to work with. Her positive and cheerful attitude and positive ability to work with will be greatly missed, but we know it's time for this student to move on. She is in control of her destiny and a strong advocate for herself and can definitely obtain the challenges that are put in front of her. In fact, I'm pretty sure that she will give me some honest critiques, and maybe not so honest ones, about my presentation tonight. This is why we honor Hazel Kitkoff with the Amy Lanterman Award, and we look forward to hearing about her successes in college and her life ahead. Coming up, please. And now it's a great pleasure that I invite Lisa McNeillis to come forward to present the Camel Art Purchase of the Year.
Thanks, Peter. In the interest of acquiring more artwork for our alumni art collection, the Bob 37 and Beth Campbell Fund have an art purchase award, and we purchase something every year. Students submit an essay and what they feel is their best work, and if it stays on campus, they are rewarded with a $500 prize, and we keep the artwork forever. This year's recipient I now welcome Laura Fry to the stage.
The Donald T. Brodeen Memorial Award. The Donald T. Brodeen Memorial Award for Outstanding Faculty honors a faculty member who exhibits many of the characteristics of longtime Vermont Academy English teacher Donald Brodeen, one of the Academy's most revered teachers. I knew something magical was happening in her classroom when a student in my French 5 honors, who finished her work early, dug into her backpack, pulled out a book, and began to try on it. I mean, she is fully entrenched, not noticing anything else around her, not her phone, not her friends in the hallway making faces at her, not even me, who is staring somewhat awkwardly at a sight that is uncommon sometimes in this technologically advanced generation. A student who loves reading a book so much that the rest of the world disappears, just for a few minutes, or a few hours. So who is the teacher who turned this student and many others into a devout reader and changed the way she understood Native Americans. Who is this teacher who created the Native American literature class, marking and insisting on the importance and necessity of listening to all voices, especially to those who have not had the chance to speak? Who is the teacher who demands that her students work hard, really hard, outside and in the classroom, but who will meet them anywhere, anytime, to support their efforts? Okay, you're figuring it out, but I want to tell you a little bit more about this remarkable woman. Whitney Barrett shows up in places often when people do not know it. She always is doing something interesting. Oh, she could be creating new curriculum. She does that, and she does it well, which is one of the many reasons she was recently chosen to be the new humanities chair. Miss Barrett is in many other places as well, especially at events all over campus, taking photos for the yearbook. She and her student staff put our yearbook together so that our memories on this hilltop are bound for us in one book. Mr. Fry reminded me recently that Don Brodeen also took photos all over campus, sometimes secretly. Ms. Barrett also oversees the Paul Print, which publishes student work several times yearly. In both of these places, the yearbook and the Paul Print, Ms. Barrett manages without directing the students who work tirelessly with her. She collaborates with students to produce and publish books we all enjoy for years. She also collaborates with faculty. She's mentored many new faculty members over the years. It's funny, I didn't have the privilege, like Mr. Fry did, of knowing Don Brodeen, the man for whom this award was named. But I knew his wife, Jane. And Miss Barrett reminds me a little of Jane. Jane was a Grinnell graduate who did not seek the limelight, but rather was a very kind intellectual, sought to improve things from behind the stage. Miss Barrett does that, and she does it well. Lastly, I'd like to mention how curious I have been about Miss Barrett. She sits through faculty meetings year in and year out. She usually finds a corner of the room where she sits with a pencil and a sketch pad. And she, like many of our students, may listen more intently when she is drawing or doodling. But these doodles are not just any doodles. Miss Barrett is also an artist, and one whose work fascinates me. Years ago, I sat for hours in front of the triptych of The Garden of Earthly Delights by Bach, completely captivated by the unanswered questions this piece of work posed. And it posed them with delight. I was mesmerized and in love all at once. And last fall, I sat beside Whitney at our open faculty meetings to see just what she was doing in the corner. And she, with calm and appreciation, explained some of her pieces to me. And I found myself returning to the delight and wonder I had in the Prado so many years ago. And this is exactly what we teachers aim to do: inspire curiosity and joy in unanswered questions. Thank you, Ms. Barrett. Thank you, Whitney. On behalf of the faculty, it is with great pleasure and honor that I give you the Don Brodeen Memorial Award. the podium.
The Barbara B. Sweet Award is presented annually to that full-time faculty or staff member within the Vermont Academy community who has served as an exemplary teacher, coach, advisor, dorm parent, and role model. The recipient of this award will have touched and significantly influenced the lives of all community members in all aspects of life here at Vermont Academy. This year's recipient is Charles Butler. After a break, something important happens. Okay. So next we will so enjoy the slideshow. This is 4 years with the class of 2024. So welcome and enjoy this wonderful presentation.
tomorrow. Open the crowd screams out, screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad.
Class of 2024, starting around 8:30, will be the senior night bonfire, pizza, chilling, and more. We hope you all come out to enjoy this final night together. Should you want to leave campus with family, please coordinate with the administrator on duty. Seniors, tomorrow at 9:45 a.m., report to the amphitheater on Alumni Quad for the senior photo and marching order. Faculty report to the faculty room at 10:15 a.m. Commencement ceremonies will begin on the South Lawn promptly at 11 a.m. I just want to thank the class of 2024. We are deeply going to miss you, and all of the families here for sending them to us. Thank you so much. Have a good night.